Hello, this is Dr. Nate Lambert. Just excited to share with you four ways that you can make a lot of money in real estate with no money down. Now, let me just start off by saying that if you have the notion that you need to have a lot of money to start investing in real estate, I get it. That's where I was too. Just to tell you about my first deal, I got it through a turnkey rental company, and I had to put $38,000 down on this deal. And I was a professor at BYU at the time, and I realized that at that rate, I wasn't going to be able to do another deal for probably 5 or 10 years. It would take to save up that much money to do another deal. Um, Thankfully, since then, I've learned some powerful strategies that have shown me how you can do deals with no money down, and it's allowed me to build a portfolio of over 30 rental properties. Um, so let me show you what I do. Let me give you a quick overview of what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about something called wholesaling. Again, no money needed. I'm sure you've seen flip shows. The cool thing is that most of the people in those shows are using their own money. I'm going to show you how to do it with other people's money. Seller financing. I'll show you a deal that I just did with no money down on seller financing. And then we'll talk about how you can even get rental properties using private money partners to fund your deal. So let's start off by talking a little bit about wholesaling. So what exactly is wholesaling? Well, wholesaling is where you don't actually have any risk and you're not even using any money. You buy a property, okay? Actually, you don't buy it, you get it under contract. So you just put in the writing that you're going to, and or sign, you're going to assign it someone else. And so usually you have a 30 days, a 30-day window where you can go and find another investor who's like, hey, I want to buy that property. And so you go ahead and sell the contract to that other investor for a fee. And so you never have any of the liability of actually owning the property. And you can get a fee, I'd say it's usually between $5,000 to $15,000 on average. Now, I've heard of people getting over $100,000 on a wholesale deal. Those aren't as common, but for a regular single-family home, $5,000 to $15,000 is not that hard to do. You don't need any of your own money, but here's what you do need. You do need a lot of knowledge because it's not easy to find deals that are good deals. So you need knowledge and training, and you need connections, right? You need to know a lot of investors. You need to know a lot of investors who would be interested in buying your property. So the relationships. So you do need to be rich in relationships and knowledge to be able to find these deals and understand how to structure them, but you don't need any money of your own to make this happen. So let's talk next about flipping. Now again, all these TV shows, they show these people that are putting down all kinds of money of their own, but that's not how you have to do it. In fact, I don't think it's smart. I have a lot of money that I could use, but I am always using what I like to call OPM. Excuse me, which means other people's money. So again, if you gain the knowledge to find a good deal, if it is a good deal, you take that to what's called a hard money lender. A hard money lender. And you say, hey, Mr. Hard Money Lender, look at this. And here's an example, right? I just got a house under contract in Draper, Utah for $200,000. Now, if you know much about Draper, Utah, there aren't many houses for $200,000 in Draper. So this house is going to sell for as much as $325,000. So yesterday, I had a conversation with a hard money lender friend of mine in my investor community named Dane. I said, Dane, look at this property. Here's the address. I gave him the address. I showed him that, hey, it's going to make, I bought it for $200,000. I sent him the contract, and I showed him some comps that said it should sell for at least $325,000, maybe more. And I said, what do you think, Dane? Can you lend on this property? And he said, sure, Nate. Let's tell you what, I'll go ahead and give you, based on his analysis, he said, I'll give you $170,000. And so ultimately, I need to come up with a little bit more money. So I then go and approach a private money lender. All right, a private money lender. And I say, hey, in fact, I have a partner who's doing this for me. I said, hey, look, I need another, $50,000 to $60,000 to do the renovations and to complete the purchase price on this property. The private money lender says, sure, I'll give you another $60,000 to cover the cost of buying the property and $30,000 for repairs. Now, here's the awesome thing about real estate. There's so much money to be made in real estate that, I'm easily going to be able to pay these guys a fee for letting me use their money. Usually it's between 10 to 12% annually, but I can wait and pay them after I make the profit. And, once I think I'll make between $50,000 and $60,000 on this property, and I'll keep most of that, and then I'll give part of it to this guy, part of it to that guy. But I came up with nothing to do this deal. That's what I love about real estate, right? You get creative and you make the relationships, and you can do deals like this without any money out of your own pocket. I've done this so many times, and it's so much fun. All right. So seller financing. Let me tell you a little bit about how this works. So seller financing is, let's say I find someone who is behind on their payments, and they're about to lose their property, right? So this person is really sad. They're about to lose their home. And I come in and say, hey, tell you what, let me help you out here. Now, if they're behind, you'll often have to catch them up. So that does require money. Or you might just find someone, let's say in this case, in this deal that I just did, he wasn't behind, but he just wanted to leave. Right? He was motivated. He wanted to leave, and his house was needing some help. So I said, "Hey, tell you what, why don't you just go ahead and leave? I'll take over your payments. We'll do this through a title company." And this house was in Brigham City. He owed about $90,000, and ultimately, he just wanted to leave. And so I just said, hey, well, I'll take over the mortgage for you. No money down, no money out of my own pocket. I'm borrowing some other people's money to make the repairs. I should be able to sell it for $160,000 and make a tidy, after all my costs, should make about a $40,000 profit. So again, no money out of my pocket, And here's the other exciting thing is that when they are behind, which is the case most of the time, I'll use other people's money to catch them up and to buy the property. But in this case, I didn't have to pull any money either out of my own pocket or out of another investor's pocket to make this deal happen. So, and the great thing is that I get full control of the property while this person stays on the mortgage. So that's another fantastic option to do zero money down deals. Now you might be thinking, well, that's great if you want to wholesale or flip. What if you just want to get a rental? And rentals have a lot of advantages. Appreciation, have someone else paying down your mortgage. So there's a lot of benefits to rentals. Well, how would you get that? Because this is long term. Well, there's two choices. You can choose to go with, sorry, my handwriting is terrible. I'll admit that. And let's have a girl this time. All right. So you can choose a debt partner or an equity partner. So the debt partner, so this is what I've been doing a lot of lately. You can ask someone, hey, how much are you making currently in your retirement account? And I just had this conversation with someone recently. He said 2.5%. I said, what if I could quadruple that return? Would you be interested? And, he went from this to this, right? Smiley face. I'll give you a 10% return. And guess what? I'm going to back it up by this house that I'm buying. So if I ever stop making you my monthly payments, guess what? You get to inherit this house that comes with equity. Not a bad plan for this debt partner, quadrupling his return, backed up by a house that he could sell or rent out if I ever stop making him payments. So the other option is to say, hey, why don't you give me the money to buy this deal? Let's say you need $50,000, and I'll give you half of the equity. So I'll find the deal and manage it. You give me the money, and we'll split the cash flow, and we'll split the money that makes when we eventually sell or refinance, right? So when we sell or refinance the home, they get their principal back. But until then, we split the cash flow of the rental, and everybody wins. This person gets a great return on their money. I can get into a property without any money out of my own pocket, and values are always going up in real estate. So even though there's some downturns occasionally, you're almost always going to make money in real estate over the long run. So the equity partner is also very happy. And I get a rental property without any money out of my own pocket. It's pretty amazing. Now, again, all of these strategies require some knowledge, and they require relationship capital as well. You got to know, you got to have a pool of investors that you can talk to about deals. And that's where I could really help you in a major way, because I'm part of a huge investor community, and we help people gain knowledge, and we help them build the relationships that they need to do these kinds of deals on a regular basis. So let me tell you a little bit about what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for 12 people specifically. I'm looking to help 12 determined people who really want to turn things around and increase the return on their investment and really dive into real estate investing. I don't care if you know anything about real estate investing at this point. You just have to have some desire. You have to have at least 10 to 20 hours a week that you can put into it consistently. And I'd say some people skills. So you have to have some things, and but if you're interested in learning more about becoming one of the determined dozen, that's what I'm calling this group of 12 people that I'm going to work really closely with to help them to get a massive amount of deals and start taking advantage of all that's going on in the real estate market. So all you need to do is go to www.investwithnatelambert.com or click on the link, and it'll take you to my landing page. You can watch a webinar that's going to tell you all about my system. And first of all, I'm going to tell you in this webinar, you're going to learn why 74% of millionaires became wealthy through real estate investing. I'm not kidding here. Most people that are wealthy did it through real estate. It's the most common path. And I'm going to show you my specific plan with this determined dozen, what I'm going to do to help you get your first deal in 30 to 90 days. It's really possible if you have the right team, the right knowledge, you can make it happen. Also, as a bonus, in this training video on my landing page, investwithnatelambert.com, I'm going to give you a bonus to discover a proven strategy for paying off a 30-year mortgage in 7 to 10 years. Now, if you don't have a mortgage, you can do this with a car loan, with any kind of debt. This is going to blow your mind. You got to check this out. So again, I'd love to work with you. I do want to see if you qualify, because I am a little picky in who I pick to work with, because my time is valuable, and I only want to work with people who are committed and who are going to be successful. So watch the webinar on my website, and then if you feel like this might be for you, I'd love to book a meeting so we can talk about it further. But for now, go to the website, click on the button, and watch what I've got to offer, the plan that I think is going to blow your mind. I'd love to have you join the team, the determined dozen. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic day.